Protest turns violent as anti-immigration protesters clashed with counter-protesters in New York. Punches were thrown, flags were burnt, and 5 arrests were made, including Republican mayoral candidate Curtis Sliwa. The city council announced that they have opened 206 sites for migrants, including 15 large-scale humanitarian relief centers, and is looking for more locations. Anti-immigration protesters cried out for stronger borders and better policy for immigration. Signs in the crowd read, "Send them back," but the anti-immigration protesters insisted that they are not anti-immigration. Okay, so if you go online and you see a lot of videos of these protests, the people that are against the immigrations being in their neighborhoods, they're black, they're white, they're Asian, they're Latino, they're Arabs, they're from all walks of life. And the people that are in favor of the protest, they're a bunch of ancient, mummified white liberals. And I mean, I'm not against white people, but that's who's in favor of immigration. And if you look at the videos, I could honestly say I only saw probably about a dozen that were in favor of the protest. And there was some articles that I said that there was hundreds of anti-immigration protesters. So I made a video a while back saying that Texas should stop sending migrants to New York because conservatives are not going to flip New York. But now I'm starting to think it just might. If things keep going the way they're going, I kind of wouldn't be surprised if New York does flip. Because it's mainly in New York City where all the migrants are being sent. And if you look at election maps, the most blue areas in New York that always heavily favor Democrats is New York City. So I don't know. I'm not saying that Republicans will win it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do win it. Also, New York City, from the New York Post, New York City migrant shelters. Neighbor says that he feels like a prisoner in his own neighborhood after cops install surveillance cameras outside of his house. So there's a court ruled that the New York City could place migrants in a former Catholic school in a residential neighborhood. And people, I mean, I can't blame these people for feeling scared and unsure of having hundreds of adult men living across the street from them. Meanwhile, their kids are running around and playing. Imagine, I mean, there's homeless people like at the end of the block of where I live. And there's only about 8, sometimes less. No, just imagine hundreds of adult men that don't speak your language. You don't know what they're saying. You don't know what they're thinking. And they're just there waiting for a handout. And not just a handout. Some of them are good people waiting for a job, but they're not all good people. Just imagine that. And your kids are right there. Your wife is right there. So, yeah. I'm kind of in favor of Abbott just keep sending migrants to New York. I mean, maybe, just maybe, they could flip New York. I mean, don't count on the Republicans to do something smart. So, that's it for the video. Like, share, subscribe. Give money to my campaign on GiveSendGo Save the Don so we could make enough money to help Donald Trump with these corrupt DAs in Georgia and New York. Thanks for watching. See you later.